Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our weekly show where I will be curating some selects of some possible things for you all to do in the coming week or two. So last night I went to the Forge restaurant. It used to be called the Old Forge, and they have an incredible history. They just went through a $10 million renovation in 2009. I got to see the wine cellar again, where they have some beautiful selections, some that are even worth $175,000. Gino is the sommelier there, and they have some different nights. Wednesday night, they've got this amazing happy hour, a wine bar by the owner, Sharif Malnik, who's the son of Al Malnik. And Al had bought the restaurant in 1968, and they opened in 1969. So Gino's been there for 40 years. Pretty incredible. So they've got this incredible champagne night called Some Like It Hot on Wednesdays. And then on Friday night, they have a happy hour, which starts at about 7 or so, and that one also has all sorts of music. All three have different crowds, different music selections. And then on Sunday night, which is what I went to yesterday, they've got the sort of retro remastered, sort of more funky music. In this case, they say R&B, funk, 90s hip hop, a mix. So all different ages and types of music to choose from. Everybody's dining or at the bar for the happy hour. Really beautiful decor. Mickey is the manager there. He treats everyone wonderfully. And the whole staff, all of the bartenders, all of the waiters, they were really super attentive, super knowledgeable about the history. One of the waiters had actually mentioned that in the back they had that old house that was converted, and they had the original sort of mailbox. It was a blue door, and they converted the outside as well. So really neat history. Lastly, they mentioned Dino Phillips was originally a blacksmith that had worked there. He used to decorate all these beautiful doors. He created these beautiful doors for mansions, and those are the doors you'll see in the back, close to where the stained glass room is, that leads you to the patio. And it's got some other history because I think Al had bought some of the pieces from Jackie Onassis that are in the private dining room, the chandeliers, and he had bought Napoleon bedposts, which are in the front of the restaurant, and they rewired those to add them so that those sort of candle bedposts would now have electricity. So really unique pieces there, and unique dining spaces, especially there underneath where the wine cellar is. So check out the Forge restaurant, a classic. And on Thursday, there's a spa opening. It's called the Zen Spot in Coral Gables. I saw a lot of people have RSVP'd on a few different sites, so that's an option for Thursday. And a few different sites had mentioned this Orchid Odyssey, which will be at the Fairchild Gardens. So if you look on the Miami City Social site, you will be able to find that information. And they had also mentioned the Coming Home in Wynwood. And Coming Home is actually an art gallery that Donald Pliner and his wife Lisa Pliner have put together, and they had opened it during Art Basel, and in collaboration with Sharif from Make-A-Wish. They had him as a guest there. They had opened this beautiful space, probably at least 200 people in attendance. It was a beautiful selection of pieces that they both curated, this couple. So, of course, both of them have such interesting histories here in South Florida. They used to live here, and obviously in this way their coming home space in Wynwood is their way of kind of coming back. So that's an option for you all to see. A girlfriend of mine who blogs, she wrote for Hedonist, and there's some place called the Filling Station in Fort Lauderdale. So they have got dog-friendly craft beer selections for you and your pup. So look at the beautiful tater tots and all of the huge selections of the craft beers. This is for your canine, the delicious selection. And here's the craft beer flight. And I definitely want to go to try the corn fritters. Those captured my attention, so I wanted to put it up. So feel free to check that out any day of the week. And let's see here. Just to get you all up to speed, lastly, on another site called South Florida Nights, they were promoting some interesting events, such as this one here. I apologize, I had this all up. We've got the Art Deco Weekend, which I've been to in the past. That's on Ocean Drive in Miami Beach. 150,000 people attended last year. They've got all sorts of art and booths, food. It's music, obviously, in the open air right there on Ocean Drive to celebrate Art Deco, which makes Miami Beach so famous like it is. So that's going to be on the 15th through the 17th between 5th and 13th Street. So definitely something to check out. There was also let me see here it is. On Saturday the 16th, on SoFlo Nights, they also mentioned at the Sun Life Stadium, they've got this SFX Entertainment and Life in Color present the world's largest paint party with music and all sorts of DJs. Let me just read you a drip of this. Miami with this third edition of the Paint Dropping Music Festival. The one-day event will showcase the hottest acts in music, including Skrillex and Diplo's Jack U, performances by Ruby Rose, Star of Orange, New Black. So feel free to go check on our site or their site. The tickets are $99, but definitely a unique experience, and I would recommend checking it out. So thank you again for joining me for my selects of possible things to do. Now, I wanted to mention for next weekend, so you all have a heads up, that in Palm Beach, they're going to be having at the Palm Beach Convention Center, a large art festival. So always every year this happens, and here we go. The most international art fair of the Palm Beaches. And that's going to be right off of Okeechobee at the Convention Center, which is 650 Okeechobee Boulevard. So if you go check that out, that would be wonderful. And lastly, I had found something kind of interesting to see some cars in Palm Beach as well, if you're going to be up there. That is next weekend, and here it is. 2016 La Bella Macchina. That's next week, Thursday the 21st, or in 2 weeks from now, 6 to 9, location at the Jet Aviation Palm Beach International Airport. So I've been to one or two of these kinds of events. You see the exotic cars and, food and drinks a little bit here and there. So for those of you who are aficionados, that's another choice. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.